awesome. I figured out a way to bowl inside since we can't leave the house. You ready? Okay, ready.
Wait, Miss Lively, wait for me. That looks so fun. I'm coming. I want to play.
Oh, yeah, come play, Gabby. It's going to be so much fun.
Wait a minute. Do not bowl Gatorade in my house.
Mom.
Oh, that's Gabby's
Oh.
Okay. I mean, we were going to use it to show how to make 10, but I guess we can do it just on the computer. Oh, man.
Aw. Yeah, she goes to sleep early.
I heard that.
All right, Kipsters. So, today we're going to look at some fun ways to break apart 10. Before we do that, just look at this cute little hedgehog knocking down those bowling pins. All right, so I really wanted to play bowling because there's 10 bowling pins to show all the different ways that we can make 10, but I guess we'll just have to do it on here so we don't make a mess of Gabby's mom's house. Before we get started, though, how many different ways can you make 10? Take a moment, write them down. See if you can get them all. All right, let's see. So, we got 10 bowling pins. And if I knock down one, it's shaking just a tiny, tiny bit. And it knocks down. Then my parts, I've got 9 still standing and 1 fall down. So my parts are 9 and 1. And then my whole is 10 because I've got 10. So I'm going to put in 9 plus 1 equals 10. But I also know that I can I can swap where my parts go. So I could also write it as 1 plus 9. So I've got 2 so far. I've got 9 plus 1 and 1 plus 9. All right, next one. Now let's say I knock 2 and see they're teetering just in the slightest. And then they fall over. So now my parts, I've got 2 and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I've got 8. So my parts are 8 and 2, and my whole is still 10. So over here, I'm going to see 8 plus 2. And then remember, I can flip, flop, switch, swap the parts in the order, so I can also put it as 2 plus 8. All right, next one. So the first time we knocked down 1, then I knocked down 2. Now I'm going to knock down 3. Teeter, tatter, fill over. All right, so now I've got 3 knocked over, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 still standing, so my parts are 7 and 3, and that whole is still 10. So then for my number sentence, my parts are 7 and 3, so I'm going to have 7 plus 3. Or I can flip-flop it and I can say 3 plus 7, because when I'm adding, my order does not matter right now. All right, so I had 3 fall, so now I'm going to have 4 fall. So teeter-totter, teeter-totter, teeter-totter. 4 fell over, so now I've got 6 that are still up, and then 4 that are knocked over, so my parts are going to be 6 and 4, and then my whole, how many I have all together, is still going to be 10. So I've got 6 plus 4 equals 10, or I can swap it and do 4 plus 6. Now my last one, what's it going to be? You got it. I got 5 teeter-tottering, and they all fall down. So now my parts are 5 and 5, and my whole is still 10. Oh, look at them fall on down. Stop. All right, so Spartans, really, really fast. There are so many different ways that we can make 10. There's 2 other ways, though, that we did not talk about, but we talked about it with Elsa and Anna. Do you remember? Yeah. So I can also add in 10. Oops, forgot that's backwards for you. I can add in 10 plus 0 equals 10, or 0 plus 10 equals 10. That would be the bowling dream if you can knock down all 10 pins at one time. I'll let you know if Gabby and I do that later with the Gatorade bottles. All right. So today we're going to practice finding the number partner to make 10 for numbers 1 through 9 and then show it with an equation. So I've got down here, I've got 8 fish and 2 more swim in. So then my number equation is going to be, look at those numbers falling down, 8 plus 2 equals 10. All right. So to do that, I'm going to count the dots to find the first part. So here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7. And then I'm going to count and draw more dots to 10. So I'm going to go back and count again. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I stop when I get to 10, and then I go back and look, and I added 3 dots. So that's going to be my other part. So my parts are 7 what I started with, and then I had to add 3 more parts to make 10. So I've got 7 plus 3. And then I know all together I've got 10, so then I fill in the hole as 10. All right, let's practice. So what you're going to do now is you are going to draw these dots that are in the 5 groups, and then draw more dots to make 10, and then fill in the number box. So remember, make sure you are counting all the way to 10, and then counting how many you added. One more second. All right, let's take a look. All right, so our first one, we already have some dots there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 dots. So that is our part, our first part. And then we need to add more to get to 10. So remember, I'm going to go back and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. And the really cool thing about doing it this way with the 5 groups is that I can see that my circles are lining up, so I can make sure that I'm matching correctly too. So then I go back and I'm going to look and, oh, how many circles did I add? Yeah, I added 4, so I'm going to write in 4. So I've got 6 and 4, and then I know 6 and 4, and then I know that my whole was 10, but before I do that, I'm going to start my number sentence. So I've got 6 plus 4, and that equals my whole, which was 10. Awesome. All right. So now you help me out. What am I doing first here? I got to count how many. So let's count together. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7. And is that a whole or a part? It's just a part. Because we know our whole is going to be 10. All right, so I've got 7. And now what? I'm going to count on and draw to get to 10. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I stopped. I know I've got 10 circles because I'm making 10. And then how many did I add? Yep, it's 3. I added 3. So my number sentence, I'm going to start at 7 plus 3. And that equals our whole is 10. That equals 10. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We got this. All right. Oh, and you know what? I was having a challenge when we weren't even doing the number sentences yet, but now we're so ready for this next one. So you've got these 4 problems right now. Go ahead and complete them, making 10 with the circles and then filling in the number sentences. Go. Making sure you're making 10, thinking about what are your parts, what is your whole. We are about to bring it back. Let's see it. All right. So the first one, we've got, what am I doing? I've got to count. Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my first part is 5. And then, well, that's kind of easy because I know I can draw my circles to match underneath. I also know that 5 and 5 makes 10. But I'm just going to go ahead and count just to double check in case I'm, for some reason, I'm wrong. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So looking at it, my parts are, the parts are 5 and 5. So down here, I'm going to write 5 plus 5, and I know that that equals 10. All right, let's do this one down here now. All right, there's only 2 to start with. All right, so our first part is 2, and now we're going to count on to make 10. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my parts are what? Oh, I didn't count it yet. Oh, let's go back and count. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so now my parts are 2 and 8. So I've got, I know my parts always go by the plus sign, so I'm going to have 2 plus 8. And our whole for every single one today is, you got it, it is 10. All right, next one. Oh, looking up here. All right, so we've got to count first, right? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to count on. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I know my first part was 4. Yeah, I've got to count for that second part. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I could just look at it and know there's 5 down here, and one more is 6. So what's my number sentence going to be? Threes are so big. We've got 4 plus 6 equals 10. Awesome sauce. Last one. Count the first part. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to count on to make 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I know my first part was 3. What's the second part that I'm adding? Oh, I didn't count yet. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I could look at this and I see, oh, there's 5, and there's, come on, 6, 7. So I've got 3 plus 7, and I know that equals, got it, That equals 10. Beautiful. All right. So, our little hedgehog just wants to remind us that there's so many different ways that we can make and break apart 10. And there's so many different combinations. And as Gabby's mom would say, don't bowl inside with Gatorade. That's so silly. But do make sure you think about all the different ways that you can make and break apart 10. All right, Kipsters, I hope you are having a fabulous Wednesday. Like I said every day, I still miss you so, so much. And I can't wait to see you again. Bye.